time I close my eyes.
Olha só, horroroso o Mamal. Pegou, tocou pro Gagão. Agora olha o Jairzinho. Olha o pique. Olha a primeira. E o Anão vai. Acaba passando por ele. Não consegue pegar na sequência. Já pega na batida. Agora também com a cabeça. Já vai ali o M5 tentando. Pegou, passou pelo segundo. É falta. Acabou conseguindo. Vai mandar. Então louco. Olha o M5. Vai mandar o rap. Vai mandar ali o flank. Não conseguiu. Senhora. Goleiraço. Salva o primeiro. Salva o segundo. Vai em busca. Chamou no elástico. Já tá sem oxigênio. Chamou ali na xincha. Não tem ali cintura. Tentou no meio das pernas ali atrás. Passou pelos dois. Direito.
Snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the mean and the chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha. Right jab like Zab Judah.
Oh, is it?
Every member on my team is a shooter. Night like a room, no room for him.
My manager, man. My manager. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me again this afternoon. And today I've got the one and only Sam with me. What is it they say? A Jordanian Jamie Phillips. There you go. How you doing, my man?
That's the craziest intro I've ever watched. It's the first one was good. Was a good intro. And then after that, the two videos like a bomber right there. The Arne Slot dancing video. You know, it was supposed to be like a slander video. You know, because
I love it.
Yeah, a lot of people expected us to stink this season, but Yeah, it turned out to be actually a props video, you know, as Arne Slot dancing his way to a final. So big up everyone watching. Make sure guys are liking, make sure guys are subscribing. And today the roles are reversed. I'm on Jamie Phillips' channel. Let's go. Hit the like button, subscribe, people.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, for anyone asks, I actually asked Sam on my channel before Coppish did, and he just came the day after. That's all. So we just
he did.
We had to throw that out there.
It didn't take 4 years. I've been on your channel before, though.
Yeah.
I have been. Unlike Callum, he actually delivers.
So, guys, look, there's no better place to start. We beat Spurs yesterday, 4-0, and in what was, Sam, a very, very comfortable semi-final second leg. Did you feel like it was a lot easier than it should have been because Spurs 0 fight, or were we just too good?
I think me and you were in agreement last week when we were doing like the Liverpool show, and I feel like people are just worried for the sake of it sometimes. I kept, after the game ended 1-0 at Spurs on the football terrace, I went there and I told everyone, see you at Wembley, Newcastle fans. I told them. Because Spurs coming to Anfield with a 1-0 lead, big up Annie. The Spurs coming to Anfield with a 1-0 lead, I'm just never going to be worried. Like, let's just all be honest here. I am worried facing certain teams. Like, okay, if you tell me away at Everton next week, I will be worried. Of course, it's a derby. It's a high-pressure situation. It's Goodison. It's obviously going to be worrying. But, we're playing Spurs at home, and some people, were telling me, stay humble, don't jinx us, this is the game. I'm like, guys, come on, man. Like, you're playing Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield. And did I expect a bit more fight from Spurs? Maybe, but I did predict like 5-1 before the game. Like, I swear, I actually fully predicted 5-1, bro. Like, I genuinely said 5-1. Tom Little said the same thing. Like, me and him were both supremely confident, and rightfully so. And it was proven right for us to be supremely confident because Spurs didn't lay a glove on us. Like, genuinely, Jamie, I'm not even exaggerating. I think Kelleher could have had like shisha, and like he could have had like something to drink, something to eat, like just a whole ass meal, and you wouldn't have noticed it. They had 0 shots on target. That was the most dominant performance we've had in a while. I love the fact we kept a clean sheet because it gets on my nerves whenever we concede like one silly goal and stuff. So
yeah,
we kept a clean sheet. But I will say, just regarding like your question specifically, you are a little bit right in terms of like, it was even easier than even I expected. Like, it's just, it was so easy, bro. Like, I never felt worried whatsoever. I was making phone calls mid-game to everyone.
I saw you. I
rang Lee up because you ain't gonna tell me that's first touch from Mo's, someone with no technique and that pass, But this is the first game in a really like not in a while. That's such an exaggerating statement because it was the same in Ipswich, where I have no complaints about a single player. Like, literally everyone played well. Genuinely, everyone played well. Allison played well. Kelleher played well. The back four all. Bradley, even Robertson had a good game. The 2 centre backs just flawless. Every single midfielder that touched the pitch was good, whether it's a substitute or the starters. All the front line played well. Gakpo, Nunez, Salah played well. Jota played well when he came on. Like, literally, there is no complaints by me whatsoever. Like,
that's, what? Probably going to be true. It's going to be
probably true. Will. It probably will. I promise you, Plymouth might get a goal at least. But it was a phenomenal performance. It was absolutely phenomenal. Never in doubt that we're going to Wembley. Newcastle will be a much tougher game than Spurs was. Like, 100% it's going to be a tougher game. But yeah, I was very happy.
Yeah, same. I love the performance as well. I love the intensity we went into that game with as well. We didn't let Tottenham off the hook once. We decided, what? Yeah, you're coming to our backyard now, and we're going to show you that 1-0 defeat was just a freak result in the first leg, and we're just going to obliterate you in anything you could do. I don't think they even touched the ball in that first half. Tottenham. Our pressing was fantastic. We never let them breathe. Virgil, I'm going to get to Virgil in a bit because he was immense, and His shithousery was beautiful. You see that bit when he went to pick Charleston and just put his head on. Yeah,
I love it.
God, man. About him depth in a minute.
People are doing Virgil van Dijk like, should have been sent off compilation. I'm like,
I didn't see anything wrong, did you?
No, I don't think it was a red. I think
he didn't go like that, did he? He just went and actually his arm was sort of in this positioning, so he sort of went like that. You know
which fan base brought that up? We all know which fan base.
No. Do you know what? No one spoke about it.
Yeah.
No one, not even the pundit spoke about it. The commentator.
Yesterday on my show, after people were like, "Loki, if Liverpool had 10 men, they would have won anyway." That's why people are not talking about it. I'm like, okay,
it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. That's how irrelevant Spurs are. No one cares.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought every performance again was fantastic. It was nice to see a little bit of rotation as well. I mean, Curtis Jones coming in for McAllister, Kelleher for Allison. It was nice that I think there was a lot of fears. I don't know about you, Sam, but there's a lot of fears that when you didn't see, it's working. There you go.
It's working now. Oh my God! Thank God.
I don't no more of this. No more of this. No more of this. Dear. The mouse is alive. The mouse is alive. I love the fact that he went. Allison's fine, not injured, nothing wrong with him. Just don't need to play him in this game. Sit it out, son. Because we've got a good enough goalkeeper that can come in and do that. And I like that. Curtis Jones, he came in.
Let me ask you a question before you carry on with the other players. Would you play Kelleher in the final?
I've got no problem with Kelleher playing in the final at all.
I've got no problem with it either. But given
I still want my best of best in goal.
Yes,
I want my best 11 possible to play on that pitch in a final. But if Allison's not available for any reason, I'm not going to sit here and go, oh shit, crap.
But if they're both available, I'm saying, who would you play?
Ali, still play out. It's a final. I think you can't take a mick in a final. It don't matter who you're playing. If I'm playing Wycombe Wanderers in a final, I still want my best 11 to play because I don't want to take. It's all about mentality, ain't it? It's all about mentality. If you put the right mentality on the pitch, you'll win games of football. So
I'm saying because Kelleher made that mistake against Newcastle.
Yeah,
on a very physical side, so you do need Allison.
I think you need Ali. I think you need Ali for that game. So but look, Curtis Jones, he played okay, I suppose. I thought actually he might have been the weakest player in our 11 yesterday, but I'm not going to go on a Curtis hate or anything like that. I just don't think he was our best player in that 11. One player I want to give a bit of credit to, and that's Darwin Nunez. Now, we don't do this a lot, especially over on my channel as well, because I have the same feelings as Sam and Darwin. But I will give credit to him yesterday because even if he didn't score, he actually did put in a very good number 9 performance yesterday. The way he led the line, his pressing, his running, his aggressiveness. And if my striker's not going to score, at least do that part of the game really well. And I'll give props to Darwin. I don't know about you, Sam, but I'll give props to Darwin for his performance yesterday. I thought it was very good.
No, Darwin was really good. Look, people think just because we criticize Darwin that we don't have the capabilities of praising him. We can praise him when he plays well, but the truth of the matter is he doesn't play well often enough. That's just the honest reality. There's a reason why Slot prefers playing a winger at striker over him, even when Jota wasn't fit. I think, and this is just me being completely honest and objective with you, I think if Jota was available, this whole thing wouldn't even be a conversation. Jota would just be the starter and everyone just move on with their lives. But, Nunez had a good game and he impacted the game without scoring. And I'm talking about his link-up play.
Yeah,
I'm talking about getting involved with the wingers, the way that he helped out Salah and Gakpo create spaces, created spaces for himself and for both of them. So, listen, I have no problem crediting Nunez if he has a good game. I'm not going to sit up here and just be disingenuous and say, oh, Nunez was crap. And I'm not that type of guy. If a player plays well, I give him credit. I mean, everyone knows my feelings on Robertson as an example. Everyone knows I'm a massive Tsimikas fan. But even yesterday I said, because if you remember the third goal, Robertson just presses I think it was not Tell. It was one of the Spurs players anyway. He pressed him, he won the ball, and he started the whole attack for the third goal. So we can always give praise where praise is due. But then in reverse as well, and I know Jamie feels the same way with certain players or just for content in general. like sometimes, like when a player has a bad game and we criticize him, people come here and just, oh, you're negative, you're this, you're that. I'm like, no, we're just criticizing him because he wasn't good enough in said game. Like me and him had a conversation about Kelleher like 2 minutes ago. We both like Kelleher. We both rate Kelleher. We think Kelleher is a fantastic backup goalkeeper, absolutely incredible. Could start for about 15 Premier League teams, 16 Premier League teams. However, in that Newcastle game, he did make a mistake to cost us a goal, as an example. So if we come out after that game and go like, yeah, Kelleher cost us this game, you guys, we're not being harsh on the guy. It's reality. You know, so with Nunez, the reality is his Liverpool career has not been good enough. But yesterday's performance, it was good enough, even without GA. Because this is not just a matter of GA. This is a matter of overall performance. His performance on the pitch was a very good performance. Work rate, pressing, creating spaces for the two wingers. His passing was good. His link-up play was good. So we give him massive credit for that. Now, would it shock you if Slot starts him against Everton and he drops a stinker, misses 4 1-on-1s? No, because that's who Darwin Nunez is for you. Like, that's just the reality of the conversation.
It's a Jekyll and Hyde footballer, only. That's what Darwin is. There's games like yesterday. You think, Darwin's finally got it. You know, I think we're all sensible enough to know strikers don't score in every game. But if they're not scoring, give me something that you're involved in the game with that's helping the team win a game of football. And Darwin did that yesterday. So
he did.
But Darwin can go to the next game against Everton and he can have a looser touch and ice spice. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, that can happen. that can absolutely.
Did he just say that, chat? Special, ladies and gentlemen. Did he just say that? Looser touch than ice spice? Nah, James, you're wrong for that. You're wrong.
That can absolutely happen, and that's just Darwin's game. He's such a Jekyll and Hyde footballer, and I can understand why people do love him. I can understand it. For me, I just see him as a footballer from our football club. I've not got a love for him. I've not got a hate for him. He wears the red top. He wears the badge on his chest, so I will support him as a player, like anybody. But that doesn't mean I have to highly rate the guy. I will just support him as a footballer because he plays for my football club. He's wearing the liver bird on his chest. So I will support him until he leaves the football club. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to go on this Darwin fan hunt as soon as he leaves the football club and start supporting the club he's playing for or anything mad like that. You know, but as long as he's playing for me, I'm going to support the guy. But still, at the end of the day, doesn't mean we have to put him on such a pedestal like a lot of people do, which I find a bit of a nonsense at times. So he's the most overprotected footballer in our team by a country mile. And sometimes I just don't get it. I don't get it. But yesterday, his performance was very, very good, and he gets all the credit he deserves. And
yeah, exactly. And long may it continue. Like people think we're gonna be upset if he plays well. No, we're not. We're gonna be really happy. Play well more often. Listen, Nunez has the capability of going on a purple patch of like 10, 15 games, 10, 12 games where he's playing well. If he can do that now in February, March, good. Because it means then we're gonna get closer to a league title, which is what we want. So like if Diaz the same. If Diaz wants to have his purple patch now, be my guest. Let's go.
Did you just say Luis Diaz? Sorry, you said the word. I have to play it.
Love a zombie.
Big up Luis Diaz.
Where do you get these things? Thank God TikTok is banned in Jordan. Thank God it's banned over here.
Big up Luis Diaz. Big up Luis Diaz. I talked about Luis Diaz. That is one I've never been Luis Diaz's biggest fan. I get criticised by my own people and my own chat about Luis Diaz all the time. I'm just not. There's something about him, his game, I just don't rate that highly, Sam. I ain't gonna lie. Like at this moment in time, I look at Cody Gakpo. Look at his performance yesterday. It's 21 GA this season, Cody Gakpo. Can
I tell you why you don't trade Diaz?
Go on.
Because I don't trade Diaz for the same exact reason. Us, over the last 9 years, with Klopp ball and Slot ball for the last 6 months, we're so used now to wingers who are direct that we just don't like indirect wingers. And I think this is something that's like been instilled in us. It's almost like we've been institutionalized to like direct wingers.
Exactly.
Thing is with Cody is, listen, he gets the ball down that left-hand side, and his mindset is, yes, I might dribble, yes, I might get past the guy, but I'm either going to shoot or I'm going to cross. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to hug this football for the next 30 seconds and kill everything. That's the thing with Gakpo, is like he gets the ball, and as soon as he gets it, I know he's going to get a crossing or he's going to get a shot up. And this is where I think Diaz maybe lacks a little bit. I don't mind him getting past players. I actually like that, because it's very good for him to get past someone, because it creates space for our forwards. It helps us create chances. I just wish his end product was a bit better, because, and the thing, and you know what's so irritating about Diaz is he's shown the capability of having end product. Like, he shows it every now and then. Like, I'll give you a best example. The second goal we scored against Man United away from home, Old Trafford. That's not a finish that any random people can make. Like, that's obviously a very classy finish, very good finish. But I think a lot of the time, Luis Diaz will get the ball in a dangerous position and he'll overthink it. Like, I'm going to dribble past my fullback, and then I'm going to wait for him and dribble past him again, and then dribble past him. Okay, bro. And what happens at the end of all this? Like, listen, he's been a lot better this year. He's on 8 goals in the Premier League, just as much as Cody. The difference is the following. Cody's goals are more spread out. Like, he'll have, 2 goals in this month, 3 goals in the other month, etc. Diaz's goals all came like in a very short period of time, like almost like a purple patch thing.
Yeah, it's condensed.
But that's what I just said. Look, if Diaz wants to have another purple patch in March, let's fucking go.
Go for it. Yeah, I'm away for it. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go. Hey, score your next 8 goals in the month of March. Let's win this league. Fuck it. Let's go.
And that's my frustration with Diaz. It comes from more anger than anything else, because I know he's got ability.
Yeah.
This ain't a dead footballer or anything like this. This guy has got extreme ability. And I know he can do better in the final third than he shows. At the beginning of the season up to the end of September, he was really good. His output was excellent. And then since then, he's dropped off quite a bit. And that's frustrating to me, because I know he can continue that. And I want to know why he can't continue that. There's games where you see him, he dribbles at players. Fullbacks hate him because he's just constantly dribbling against them. And then he'll score a cracking goal and a cracking assist. And and then the next game, he goes missing. Game after, he goes missing. He's like, I don't get it. What's the issue there? And I'm all for, look, it depends what sort of wingers you like. Man City's wingers are about keeping possession in wide areas of the pitch, getting to the byline, pulling balls back into the box, or that's the way they play. It's not really about all that output so much. But under Klopp and under Slot, our wingers are about output. That's what we play. We play inside. They're not really wingers. They're inside forwards. They're about getting GA. And I know a lot of people will say GA doesn't matter, but for us it does, because that's what our wingers are about. And at this moment in time, Luis Diaz doesn't do that for me as much as Cody Gakpo does right now. Cody's becoming very clutch. And by the look of it, I would say that he's probably first choice left winger under Arne Slot right now.
He is.
So
no doubt about that. No doubt.
He's using Diaz more as a number 9, ain't he? Which, when it works, he does look good in that position. But yeah,
I don't mind Diaz at number 9. To be fair, even the game against Bournemouth, I thought he had a good game. Like, he was good in the 9, even without scoring. Like, he does have uses in the team. And maybe if we do play a team that's like more of a footballing team, if you would like a Bournemouth, having a Diaz on the pitch in that number 9 is a good thing. I don't know if you noticed, but against Bournemouth, Diaz almost was like our 4th midfielder, essentially. Like,
he dropped
so really deep. Yeah, he dropped really deep. He was helping out Szoboszlai. And I think this is something that we could use more of. But then in reverse, like, I know we're going to talk about this game later and stuff, but like, we play Everton next week. That's like literally the last game I want Diaz to start. The last game I want Diaz to start. And this is not an insult to Diaz. I'm just talking about the way Everton will set up. Everyone in this chat, me and Jamie and the whole planet knows, Everton is going to park the train. It's going to be low block, mid block, high block. It's going to be all block. They're probably going to keep Calvert-Lewin on his own at halfway line, and the rest of the team is just going to be defensive. So we need... Actually, Jota probably makes the most sense for this game, because he's that like little sneaky striker, who could just get the ball, get him behind in a moment. And also, against Everton, The reason why I would opt for Jota over Nunez is the following. Even though Nunez does have like this ability to have a good game and stuff, which I don't deny, Jota against Everton will be better because we need that like one chance, one goal type of striker in that game specifically. And he can be that guy for us. And he has scored against Everton even at Goodison before. So like Jota will be really good in a game like of that scenario. And I think one thing about Slot is he has been like exploring all the options. I think our worst front three is when we go Diaz and Nunez together because there's just no cohesion there. That's my honest opinion. Like, I think, okay, Mo's on the right. We all agree. Fantastic. Now, Mo, Nunez, Gakpo works. Mo, Gakpo, Diaz works. Mo, like, Jota, Diaz works. Mo, Jota, Gakpo works. Mo, Nunez, and Darwin...
They run into each other. They run into each other all the time.
Yeah, they run into each other because Nunez keeps drifting to the left. Diaz wants to keep the ball all the time. So there's just lack of cohesion there. So yeah, that's basically what I'll say. So I think we need Jota for that game, like more specifically. But Diaz is a good player, but it's just about that consistency. And let's hope he has a purple patch. Let's go. March.
Yeah, I'm all for it, man. To take it to the title, man. I'm all good for it, you know. And everyone talking about, like, you know, people will rate Diaz, and rightly so as well. But there was a reason Liverpool were looking at Anthony Gordon in the summer. There was a reason behind it because he's efficient.
Yeah,
exactly. He's not a better footballer than Luis Diaz, but he's more efficient than Luis Diaz in what people will see about what Anthony Gordon's game's about. Cody Gakpo is technically, for me, not probably a better footballer than Luis Diaz, but he's more efficient. He's more direct. He's just right. I've got the ball. That's the goal. I'm going to get to it in the shortest period, the quickest way I can get to it, yeah, without going the long way around. Same with Anthony Gordon, same with Cody Gakpo. That's why Liverpool were interested in Anthony Gordon in the summer. That's why there was high interest there. And, you know, Gerald Kwanzaa wanted to go and we were up for it. He'd be a Liverpool player today. So, you know, that could have possibly, like, that's the reason they wanted him, that efficiency, because even under Slot, our wingers are our goal scorers. And until we go and decide to change the way we play and have touch-tight wingers and have an actual number 9, like maybe Isaac, and that's where we feed the goals to, I don't ever see it changing. Do you, Sam? I just see that. I don't see us in a world having Isaac and Salah in the same team, because I don't think Salah will not want to be the main goal scorer.
No, I think this will work. Don't let Drifty negatively influence you. Because I cooked his ass yesterday.
Go.
Let that Drifty fraud negatively influence. I think if we had Mo and Isak in the same team, we'd score about 8,000 goals. Like, I'm not even. I swear I'm not joking. Like, I genuinely think. Listen, Mo became a touchline winger to create for Darwin. If he's creating those same chances for Isak, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot about that.
I'm not even joking. Like, if that happened. And listen, we are capable. Here's the thing with Liverpool Football Club. Look, I'm not even doing the ITK thing. I'm not even trying to be in the know or whatever it is. Jamie knows this as his experience as a Liverpool content creator. With Liverpool Football Club transfer news, you're more likely knowing stuff by just knowing someone who knows someone. Sometimes you do know things just by hearing stuff and stuff like this. Listen to what Slot is talking about the striker position. He said it 3 days ago. He's talking about someone who can keep the ball, someone who's technical, and also score goals. So essentially, he wants a Firmino who could put the ball in the back of the net. That's what he wants. So prime Bobby would have been like elite for Arne Slot's system. Now, here's the thing. The two that I think fit that description the most in the league right now is Isak and João Pedro from Brighton. It would not shock me whatsoever if we go in for João Pedro. I'm telling everyone in the chat right now, it would not shock me. Now, with Newcastle and Isak, look, it depends how the season goes for Newcastle. It depends their future plans. Do they finish in the top 4? Do they not? Are they in Champions League football? Are they not? Because all these things matter for FP. I know for a fact Newcastle offered us Isak last summer when they were going through the whole FFP stuff because they really wanted Kwanzaa and Gomez. Actually, they wanted one of. Now, if I could go back in time, I'd slap the shit out of Richard Hughes. And I'd go like make the deal within the next 5 minutes, give them Kwanzaa and 300 million for Isak. Imagine we had Isak in this team. Like I think we'd be like with 0 losses, 0 draws right now. I'm not even exaggerating. Genuinely, like I think it would be that good with him in the team. But I think they would work together. And Mo has shown the ability, and I think we don't give him credit for this enough. Like, we don't give him credit as
Very
a fan
creative.
base for
Very
this
creative.
specific thing. He's shown the ability to be like malleable and play with anyone. Like, when you watch Mo with Gakpo, it works. When you watch him with Nunez, it works. With Diaz, it works. With Jota, it works. He just works out with everyone. So I don't think there's a world in which Mo can't work with Isak. I think he can. I think he can work with Pedro. It just depends what we want to do. And this is the thing that not me or Jamie can answer. This is the thing that Arne Slot can answer. What is the approach he's trying to go for? Is he going like, I want Gakpo to get 20 goals. I want Mo to get 30 goals. So I'm going to go get a Joao Pedro. Or is his approach going to be, Isak is so good, I want to get someone like him? That's the question that Arne Slot will have to answer to the board this summer. Because I don't know. It could be either or. And also with Joao Pedro, I think Brighton are taking the piss with the price tag they slapped on him. No one's paying 100 million. And I do think the good relationship we have with Brighton, we're probably going to get like a good price for Joao Pedro, because we've always like handled situations with respect and class and all this. So I think Joao Pedro, if you could grab him for about 60, 55, something like that, I think that would be a great deal for us. So I look forward to see what we're doing this summer. But I do think Isak and Mo will work in the same team. I think Isak would work in any club right now. I think he starts for everyone. I think Isak is so good. If he signed for City, Pep will start playing with 2 strikers. That's how fucking good he is.
Yeah, the Isak one it's a mad one, because obviously they rate him very highly, Newcastle, rightly so, and they put a massive valuation on him, which I think is going to be hard for a lot of teams to match, even in the summer, because more, even if Man City go for him for 120 million, Man City still need more on top of that in the summer as well. So that's a lot of money to shell out for one player.
Oh, I don't expect City to sign him at all. I don't.
No, I don't think he'll go for 100 million in the summer. Is that? It all depends what City. Like the rumours are, they can't buy anyone at the moment. Newcastle. I think that's why they had a dry January, which is mad. They're the richest team in the world and they can't use their money. It's nuts. They're going to have to sell. I think either Anthony Gordon or Isak get sold in the summer to make up the money so they can spend, which shouldn't be the case. Newcastle should be able to keep all their best players and then spend their money that they got. But, it's not, the Premier League. Like, you can't be doing that unless you're called Man City. Then you can do whatever you want. By all the looks of it, so I feel for Newcastle there, but I do think Isak's going to be wanted in the summer. I hope Liverpool are one of the teams that go for him, but obviously there's going to be teams like the thing is though, Real Madrid don't really need a striker right now, so I don't think they're going to be looking at him. Bayern Munich have got Harry Kane; they're quite happy at the moment. There ain't a lot of
all the best strikers in the world, when you think about it, are all unattainable right now.
Yeah,
who's actually attainable?
Well, Harry Kane's got released. Harry Kane's got a release clause in the summer, ain't he?
How much is it?
60 million euros.
But here's the thing I'll say. I'm going to say something like for real. If Bayern Munich don't win anything this season, I don't want Harry Kane at my club.
It's a curse, ain't it? It's like
that point, it's a genuine curse. I don't want to be the team that breaks the curse or whatever it is. I'm not interested. You can keep him. I'm not fucking interested.
Keep the curse. It's like their movies when you can't get rid of the demon and it just follows you everywhere. That's every game. It's just
I'm just not going to do it.
But yeah, it's at Liverpool with Gakpo and Diaz with Salah. Cool. Yeah,
that would just cook. That
might not be legal. You know what I mean?
I think we're actually going to break the goals record if that ever happens. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that would definitely be safe. Oh, I've just by the way, guys, I've just seen a video of Son for Spurs against Liverpool yesterday.
Ain't that the Squid Game guy?
Yeah, it is the Squid Game guy. It looks like Son.
I've never watched Squid Games. I didn't need to watch that. I've never watched it.
I like Son, man.
I like Son. Son should have been a Liverpool player like 5 years ago.
Let him go. Let the man go. You've imprisoned him long enough now. He's been there 10 years, man.
Imagine we had Son, Mane, and Salah in the same team.
Yeah, let Son leave, man. He's I like that guy. He's a good footballer, man, and a good person. So let him go, Spurs. You've imprisoned him long enough.
I think he's one of the players that all the Liverpool fans like because we'd never have a problem with him.
Never had a problem with Tottenham, and he's a good. I just like the guy. He's a great finisher as well. Obviously, his legs are probably on there, but yeah, Spurs, release him now. Release the guy. Obviously, look, we're going to Wembley. It's back-to-back League Cup finals against Newcastle on March the 16th. We'll get to that when the final's closer, but yeah, look, I hope Arne Slot can win a trophy in his debut. That would be absolutely brilliant. Get that trophy straight in the bag, and hopefully for many more to come. But before we get to other matters, I just want to show you this picture. I want everyone to ask me in the chat, red pill or blue pill? What would you take right now? What would everyone in the chat take right now if you could? Red pill or blue pill? So blue pill is Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup. Red pill is Premier League.
Needs thinking. Like, you can't listen. Okay, I'll say this. Any person on the planet, and I mean any person, should say blue pill. Anyone. We're the only club on the planet that should say red pill. We're literally the only club that can say that. Because the fact that we only have one title in 30 years, and the fact that one title and we equate Man United, then no Man United fan can have any argument. It's done at that point, because it's just 20 league titles, 6 Champions Leagues, 3 Champions Leagues. We're genuinely the only club in the universe that should say red pill to that. If you're Arsenal, you should say blue pill. If you're City, you should say blue pill. If you're Madrid, you should say blue. Any club in the world should say blue pill except us, because we're one league title away from Man United. We equate them, and we win, and we have 6 Champions Leagues. Listen, can we do a mix? Can we do a purple pill?
Yeah, a purple pill. A purple pill.
Would you take?
Everything.
Don't start that, please. We already know what happened 4 years ago. Please don't start that again. Please, are you going to do the whole quadruple thing?
Oh, no.
I think we're going to get knocked out the FA Cup. I really believe that. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think the quadruple is impossible. I've seen the
we have such a bad relationship with the FA Cup. Have you noticed that? We have a bad relationship with that cup specifically.
I think we have
the Carabao Cup is our favorite one, not our FA Cup.
I think we have a bad relationship with the CFA. the EFL love us, you know what I mean? The FA,
the EFL love us 100%. Don't know what it is with the FA Cup. I think, look, we need the draw to go our way in the Champions League, so it's too early. Madrid drawing Man City is a good scenario for us, but some way, somehow, it's not going to happen now. But some way, somehow, I want City to knock out Madrid, because I fancy our chances against City in the Champions League. I don't fancy our chances against Madrid. I'm not going to do this whole, we beat them this thing. Yeah, listen, in the knockout stages, they're just a different animal, and I'm not trying to face them in the knockouts. I'll be
Sam, we watched 1 year. Chelsea were better than them. Madrid beat them. Man City were better than them. Madrid beat them. Liverpool were better than them in the final. We lost. They just got this thing over English teams in knockout football, ain't they?
They do. They do.
They don't have to play well. They don't have to play well, and they still win. So yeah, I'd prefer.
I'd fancy us against City in the Champions League.
Yeah, I think we've played.
I wouldn't fancy us against Madrid though. That's the one club I'm just. There's 3 clubs that I would hate for us to take on: Madrid, Inter,
they're my dark horses, isn't they?
Yeah, 100%. And Atletico. Those are the 3 clubs that I just
2 shit ass clubs, and Real Madrid.
Such assholes. Atletico are just the biggest assholes in the world when it comes to this competition. They're just such a bunch of assholes. Listen, Diego Simeone is gonna employ all the dark art. And the thing is with us, we're a nice team. We're not a dark arts team. We're the good guys, we're a nice team. It's just so irritating. No, You never walk alone in the chat. You're missing the point. Me and Jamie are not saying we're scared of them. We're saying we're worried about these 3 teams. Because at the end of the day, you have to respect some teams, bro. Like, you know, Arsenal, I fancy us against in the Champions League. I think we knock them out in the Champions League. Like, Bayern, I'm not too worried about this season. You know, there's no other Italian club other than Inter. It's just Atletico, Real, and Inter. Those are the 3 clubs I just don't want us to face, to be honest with you. But other than that, like, I'm good with it. Red pill for us, though. We're the only
red pill for us. Yeah.
Prem.
I think Arsenal should be picking the blue one. You know, they need a European Cup in their life. And not a European Cup that don't exist anymore either. You know what I'm saying? There's people on this earth now that don't know Cup Winners' Cup was actually a trophy.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. You know, let's have a trophy that exists. They don't even. I know UEFA Cup is now obviously the Europa League, but it's the same trophy. So they need a trophy badly. We need the Premier League. I want 20 leagues. I want to match United because then there's no. That's the only thing United have got over us right now that they can come back with. So we win 20 and equal their 20, and with more Champions Leagues, it's nothing. The talk's finished. The talk is finished. So Spurs take any pill.
Spurs would take a grey pill, like they take just Carabao Cup at this point.
Spurs need antihistamines because they're allergic to everything, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what they desperately need. Right, Mohamed Salah. I want to talk about Mohamed Salah, the greatest. Firstly, that might be the greatest penalty I've ever seen taken yesterday. That man was making sure that was going in the back of the net. What a penalty that was.
That was an unbelievable penalty.
Just absolutely smashed it.
I don't think 2 keepers will save that. But, with Mo, once again, his overall performance was just absolutely incredible.
This is elite.
And this is something that Jamie faces as well, because me and Jamie are on very much the same camp when it comes to Mo. But me and him both face the same, concept of oh, yes, he scores a goal and he appears in the moment, but overall, he's not that good. Yesterday, he just shut all of that off. And, he was just the first touch to bring that down from the air. The pass that he played to Nunez and behind, unbelievable. The whole moment was just incredible for him. He just absolutely incredible yesterday.
All this stuff,
and one thing that I noticed about our players, they're all looking for daddy on the pitch. I don't know. Have you noticed this? Remember when I told you, I think a month ago, I'm like, just look, Jamie, just trust me and just watch it. Every time Szoboszlai, Gakpo, Nunez, anyone gets the ball in the final third, they're all looking for Mo. Because they know that if Mo gets the ball, he's going to do something. Something will happen. Something will happen. Whether it's a goal, an assist, a created chance, something will happen. He's just so unbelievably efficient in the final third. And I think, speaking of pills, if Mo was on the stream with us right now, he'd tell you, I want everything. But I will say this about the Premier League. I have never seen desire to win a league title like this from Mo ever before. And it's the same for Virgil. I think there are no 2 people on this planet who want to win the league more than Virgil and Mo this season. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what's gotten into them this year, but this is even more desire than I've ever seen from both of them. It's like they're both men on a mission. And I'm not talking about performances. I'm talking about just pure desire. The fact that they just want this so bad. And you could tell that they want this so badly. Virgil van Dijk is putting in performances like he did his Ballon d'Or season on the sly. And it's just normal. Now it's normalized because it's Virgil van Dijk. Mo is putting in unreal numbers. Guys, we all know Mo is great. But let's all be honest here. If we were doing the same video in August, no one would have said 21 Premier League goals, 13 assists by February.
Yeah,
some people wouldn't even have predicted that for the whole season to begin with. You get me? So the fact that we're at these numbers in February, oh my days. That's just
mad.
Genuine messy number.
And that's one up now. It's actually 26 and 18.
Yeah, 26 and 18 and 34 appearances. That's just madness. That's
just world-class level.
Madness. And then there's people doing videos comparing him to Mane. Let it go, guys. Just let it go. Let it go, ends, you fucking fraud. Just let it go, man. Let it go.
Look, we all love it. We all love Mane as a footballer, but we just got to say, Mane is the same age as Salah, and Salah's still competing for Premier League titles. So, Mane's led to a goal, man. Mane did tests outside the Liverpool to understand why his legs weren't working properly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, great footballer in his time, but I think I don't know what it is. Some people just don't want to admit how good Mo Salah is. I don't understand it. I really don't
that's why I called thee yesterday. That's literally why I called him. Because you're out here telling me he's just a goal scorer. If someone's just a goal scorer, he doesn't have that first touch and that pass. He just doesn't.
If he's just a goal scorer, why ain't every right winger goal scorer getting his numbers in?
Yeah.
Why? He's not a number 9. He gets better. He gets more goals and assists than most strikers in world football.
Yeah,
he's a right winger. He I know people will go, "Oh, he's actually a centre forward." He's not. Look at his heat map. He's on the right hand side of the pitch constantly. What he does is outrageous. I always think if Mo was not Egyptian, he would get more praise than he does. I swear. Yeah. If he was Spanish, Italian, Brazilian, Argentinian. Can you imagine if he was Argentinian with these numbers?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that it'd be no one would say anything. Imagine
he was like Mourinho or something.
Yeah. It's just, I don't get it. I look at this guy and think, what more do you have to do? Like, have you got to dribble past 7 players, go around the goalkeeper, then get on your knees and then just head it on the line into the net? To be
he did that against Ipswich and people are still complaining. Against Ipswich, he was just out there having fun, like just getting past the fullback every attack and stuff. And people were, I thought football was about how it made you feel, right? Well, he made us feel incredible against Ipswich. When I celebrated Mo's goal, I was like, "Oh, why did he score?" Now we can't say he had a good game. Exactly. He scored, that's the logic that they have.
He was dribbling past people 5 minutes ago without scoring. Now, why has he done it?
5 minutes dribbling past players, man. Why are you guys complaining? But the truth of the matter is, listen, he's an all-timer. He's an all-timer. If he was English, my God, he'd be like next to Messi, bro. Like he was.
Look at Cole Palmer prop, who goes missing in every big game he ever plays. Like, it's his time of year, ain't it? It's winter. He should be good now, shouldn't he?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like every big game, my man, Mo Salah, every big game he turns up, man. What's he got? Is it 80 GA against the top 6 since he's been at Liverpool?
He has the most GA against the top 6, I think, out of everyone. I think he's only like 2 below Aguero, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, do you know how mad that is? It shouldn't be.
And by the way, let's not forget, when Aguero was playing for his first like 4 or 5 years, Liverpool were rubbish, Spurs were rubbish, United were rubbish 1 year, good the other. Like, Mo's scoring goals against, like, we're talking about scoring goals against City, getting assists against City, like Pep Guardiola's City. So, yeah, he's just next level. Oh, don't start Jamie. Do not start Jamie off.
I heard
he's gonna start shouting now, and he can start. So he's been very calm. He's gonna get really rattled now. Someone, K-Mac is out here. K-Mac is watching this somewhere. K-Mac, the players are not tired. I promise you, they're not.
I heard my manager say this. Yeah, he thinks they're getting more. He thinks they're getting more tired and less, more stronger and less tired, which always goes against the myth that I always say that players get exhausted. It's a mentality thing. It's a mentality thing. If you think you're tired, you're going to be tired. I don't know if you've ever done it, but have you ever, you want a day off work or something like that, and you've got to make up something. So you pretend you've got a cold a few days beforehand, so you can phone up and say you've got a cold. But then when you phone up, because you fought it, you've legitimately got a cold. It's like happened. That's what I'm saying with players, man. When their mentality, they're all pussies. Let's stay fair. I can't play 3 days a week. She can.
And Slot has rotated a lot as well. So, like,
exactly.
Plus, like, the City players play like almost 60 games a season and stuff. So, like, this, and that's why they're successful. So there's nothing. Listen, Slot. Okay, if Slot plays Mo Salah against Plymouth, even Jamie is going to go like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, it don't make no sense. It
makes no sense.
I feel for Plymouth.
Yeah. Listen, that genuinely, I'm being serious. Like, against Plymouth, I don't want to see a single starter. Give Chiesa a game.
Do the PSV team.
Yeah, exactly. Do the PSV team, 100%, 100%. Go with Endo again, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Simicas, Kelleher. Give him another game. Let's go. Just like, even if you want to give Jaros a game, I don't mind. Big up Aaron. Actually, Aaron met me for the first time on your channel. That's a crazy story.
Big up Aaron. Yeah, Aaron's great, man. He looks after everyone's chat.
Yeah, he does. He's an absolutely incredible person. Big up Aaron. And it's the same with our midfield as well. I'd like to go with like an Elliott. I'd like to go with like, play Curtis Jones again, because I wouldn't want him starting in the derby, because I think we need McAllister in that one. Give whoever, like Trey Ione a game, Chiesa a game. If you want to play Jota against Everton, then play Nunez against Plymouth. Like whatever it is, you can go for it. So.
Yeah, I agree. That is the maddest name, man.
I told him change it.
Big up to you, man. I appreciate the super. I know you're over from the Sam's channel. Big up to you. He says you guys deserve the league. Slot is a monster. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
7-inch. I think you're Dutch, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think you are Dutch.
Yeah,
because he's I think he's told me he's Dutch before. Slot is definitely. Listen, I don't even think the most positive Liverpool fan in the universe thought that we'd be in this position right here. Like, we're talking about something like, big up to you. Slot has just been outperforming even the positive fans' expectations. Like, the things that he's doing right now is outperforming even what the most positive person thought. Because I couldn't have told someone we're going to be top of the league, top of the Champions League, Carabao Cup final, like, in like almost mid-February now. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy even for someone who was going to be positive about this season. Like, he's just absolutely like out exceeding anything that we could have imagined the start of the season. He's doing a really fantastic job. Specifically coming in after Jurgen Klopp, to be honest with you. Specifically coming in after Jurgen Klopp.
It is a point. Me and Drifty said it in pre-season that would win the league.
No, but even if you said that, I'm saying you wouldn't have said we're going to win the league and be top of the Champions League.
I didn't think we'd be doing this well. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, no one expected this.
I've been impressed with Arne Slot, man. I mean, look, when he first came into the football club, hardly any of us knew who he was. The only thing I knew about Arne Slot is that Tottenham wanted him the year before. That's the only thing I knew about him. And then when you research the guy and find a bit more about him, and I listened to a lot of Dutch journalists as well, and basically they were saying over there that he's the best Dutch coach around. Everyone talks about Ten Hag, but this guy is tactically far better than Ten Hag. He can adapt to different situations more than Ten Hag can. I was like, okay, right, cool. Let's see how he goes then. No pressure. I mean, we got a quality side still. Everyone stayed. No one really left. So let's see what he can do. And he's just doing a fantastic
he's done with
job.
Gravenberch as well. He deserves a lot.
Yeah, I think he's profile players really well. He's looked at Grav and gone, you know what? I couldn't get to Mendy, but you can be my 6 and 8. I don't know if you watched it, that 24 Hours with Cody on the Liverpool web YouTube channel. They did an interview.
Was that where Gravenberch was doing the interview with when Salah was in the background going he's 22 and he rests in cup games? That's I saw that. He was talking about Hullet and like all that stuff. Yeah, that was incredible.
And he's talking about where he first played. He says, "Look, I like playing in like 6-8 position. That's where I play. That's where I played at Ajax," and he's enjoying it. And the way Slot's profile Cody is just a left winger. I don't need to see him anywhere else the pitch, just a left winger. Yeah. With Trent, I don't need to see Trent inverting into that central midfield area. I prefer him on the right hand side. So I think his profile plays really well, and he's obviously kept up the same coaching. And what I like about Slot is that he's respected the manager before him. Right? So this is what I like about him. He mentions Klopp a lot because he's respecting the job that Jurgen Klopp has done and left him. And he's not disrespecting his legacy by just destroying everything in 2 seconds, thinking he's the man.
Some Liverpool fans need to learn about that, by the way.
He's respecting it, taking what he's done, and in his probably opinion, because every manager's got an ego, I don't care who you are, he's going to think, right, what Jurgen's done there is tremendous, but if I just move that chess piece and that chess piece, it could be even better.
His own edit to it,
basically. Yeah, and I love that, and I think I like respecting football. I really do, and I like that part of it. You see Almer in at Man United just come in and gone, right, I'm just doing it my way now, And I haven't got the players to do it, but I don't give a shit because I'm an egotistical maniac. You know, I just don't think that's the way to do things in football. I really don't. So, yeah, I appreciate Arne Slot doing what he's doing, man. He's been excellent. Szoboszlai. For me...
Why do people act weird about Szoboszlai, Jamie? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I like the guy. I think he's been in and out of form his Liverpool career so far. I think mainly that is due to a lot of injuries coming to Liverpool straight away. And I don't think he was ever really fit, like proper fit. Mm-hmm. And now I think you're seeing an actual fit Dominic Szoboszlai. I think since the November international break, I think he's been excellent for Liverpool. Does he get the GA that a lot of people want a number 10 to get? Maybe not, but he has got 11 GA this season in all comps. I think he's got 7 goals, 4 assists, if I remember rightly, after his goal yesterday.
Does he have 7 goals?
Yeah, in all comps, I believe. I think he's got 11 GA, 11 goals, 4 assists, something like that.
He's got... Oh, wow. He scored 3 goals in the Prem, 1 in the Champions League. So that's 4. And he's got 1 goal in the Carabao Cup. That's 5. And he's got 4 assists.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad. Not bad.
So he's getting up there. But also, I know Slot wants him to score goals, but I think Slot's also got him in there because the balance he gives our midfield. You know, there's not many midfielders we got in our team who can be in the opposition penalty box 1 second and then defending in their own.
He's our most athletic midfielder. Fact.
Yeah. And he's doing a good job. I think, I don't know about you, Hassan, but I think the way we're starting to play now and the players are getting used to each other, what Slot wants them to do, I think you're going to start seeing Szoboszlai getting more goals this season as we go on towards May, because he's starting to make them runs now more into the box as well. He's starting to make them darting runs into the box there. So I don't know.
And people act like we just criticize Szoboszlai. By the way, Slot criticized him publicly at the start of the season. Yeah, he was like, I want my number 10 to get more involved, get more GA.
Yeah.
Slot himself called them out in the press conference. People get weird about it because people act like the criticism at the start of the season wasn't big up to you, LA. That's a fact, by the way. People act like the criticism at the start of the season wasn't justified. It was justified. And now, for the last 2-3 months, he's turned up. People are being weird about it in terms of they're failing to give him praise for the last 2-3 months. But over the last 2-3 months, he's been absolutely incredible, Szoboszlai. He's just been absolutely incredible. His work rate is very good. His final third is very good. And he needs to do more of that because his performances have stepped up. When I say people are being weird about it, I think people are just failing to acknowledge the fact that he's been really good for 2-3 months now. Like, he's been really good. And we have to give him praise. We have to give him credit. He's been so much better than the start of the season. He's improved his performances. And this is not just GA. Overall, he's getting into a lot more dangerous positions. I agree with what Jamie just said. He's getting into so much more dangerous positions as well. Like, just positioning alone, he's been getting into so much dangerous position, linking up play really well. We already know his work rate is phenomenal. The one thing I will say about Szoboszlai is I just wish he shoots more because he's so good at shooting. He's
got the ability, hasn't he? Yeah, he's got
like shoot a bit. Like, I want to see a Leicester goal again. Like, give us a shot, man. Like, come on. Like, sometimes he gets into a dangerous position and he wants to pass. I'm like, bro, shoot. You're a number 10. Go for it.
Do you think that's coached?
No. I think they look for daddy on the pitch. I really
think they look for daddy.
Yeah, every time they get the ball, they're always looking, where's Mo? I'm like, shoot, bro, shoot. You get me? But
well, you know when you're a kid, and you got your dad watching you play football, and you're like, here, watch this, Dad. Yeah. Do you reckon they're waiting for Salah to watch him for any shot or something?
Yeah, I think so, bro. Like, every time they get the ball, they're all looking for him. I'm like, come on, you guys can do your own thing. You know this.
Do you know what's mad? As a fan base, I think we over-criticize players sometimes a little bit too much. Like, we over-critique them. But then if you over-critique a player that's heavily loved, people will have a go at you about it. So if you over-critique, if you got someone who really rates Darwin Nunez, yeah, and they start to over-critique Mo Salah, I'm like, what the hell? You know, I don't get it. I don't get that part of our fan base sometimes. Now, does everyone need critiquing? Of course you can. Can Mo Salah score a hat-trick, but you can still critique his game? Of course you can. Everyone's up for critiquing. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes I think we go a bit over the top on certain players, you know. and I think Szoboszlai comes under that a little bit.
Jamie's talking about the drifty and ends, by the way, so everyone knows Alan Nunez thing.
I just don't think it's not just ends and all that. It's a lot of Liverpool fans, especially online, that are very.
I said this yesterday. I don't know if you watched the
supportive.
show. We just micro-analyze every single Salah thing. You're old enough to have watched the 2002 World Cup final. Ronaldo Nazario, who's the greatest striker we've ever seen in our life.
He missed the easiest chances in that game.
He missed like 3 tap-ins, but no one mentions these. They just mention the 2 goals he scored because football is played in moments, whether people like it or not. Exactly. Not everyone. Istanbul 2005, prime example. Liverpool were good for 6 minutes that whole final.
So you needed to be. So you needed
exactly. And Milan dominated us. And I thought after we scored the 3rd, we're gonna like kick on and stuff and try to score the 4th. Milan dominated again.
Yeah.
So like. This whole weird expectation of expecting a player to be good for the whole 90 minutes and not make a wrong decision, I find that really strange. And it's exactly what Jamie said. And in reverse, you have these other players who'll do 8 wrong things in a game. They'll do 2 correct things, and the 2 correct things are highlighted, not the 8 wrong things. It just makes no sense to me. With Szoboszlai, Slot himself criticized them at the start of the season in press conferences. Publicly, he criticized them. And now, I think even Andre earlier on in the chat, he misunderstood me. I was saying people are being weird about it in terms of for the last two months and a half, he's been really good. And we have to give him praise. Just like we criticize him, we have to give him praise because he's been consistent for a while now. Like, now Szoboszlai is a starter. Like, he's a genuine starter now. Curtis Jones is no longer taking his position. We won't be doing a show going like, oh, Curtis Jones should start out of Szoboszlai. No one's saying that anymore. And that's why. Because of his performances. He's been absolutely unbelievable for 2.5 months now. And that's just the reality.
I think, I agree. I think we got the best balance of midfield in the league at the moment. With Gravenberch, McAllister. Gravenberch is your connector. McAllister is your controller.
Yeah,
and Szoboszlai is your all-round midfielder, is your athlete. He can do a bit of everything, gives you that balance. And I think that balance is very key to what we want to do this season. That's why Slot tries to play them as much as they can in the big games because they're very important what we're going to do. I think one player that doesn't get enough mention this season is Alexis McAllister. Yeah. And it's gone under the radar what he does. Because we're all about Gravenberch at the moment. And I can understand why, because Gravenberch is a shiny new toy who's looking excellent. And all the credit in the world should be given to Grav. But I don't think Grav can do it if McAllister ain't in this team.
Yeah. And I think McAllister is the most complete midfielder we have because he could just do everything. You want the passing, you want the dribbling, you want the defending. Like he just does everything.
He even tackles.
He even tackles. Yeah. He has everything on the pitch. He has the bite, he has the fight, he has the work rate, the passing, the technique. Like
you saw the 3rd goal yesterday when McAllister came on. He's the one who got the ball, ran into midfield. He's the one who fed Conor Bradley, who then fed Szoboszlai.
Conor Bradley, what a pass! Like the smart, the IQ to just make that pass is just unbelievable. But McAllister for me. Like I have not we robbed Brighton. We should call Brighton, give them another 30 million in compensation.
We got him for 35. I
have no idea. We really did rob them. But listen, McAllister, I'm probably the biggest McAllister fan on YouTube. I've been with the one guy praising him from when we bought him. Like I just absolutely love the guy, to be honest with you. Like McAllister is just complete. It's just absolutely incredible, to be honest with you. And
that's a good point. We can do it. Do it with ever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gravenberch is really good. Like, but here's the thing. One thing I will tell you, though, Scraps, is, listen, to be fair, and this is just me being objective and honest, listen, Spurs are not a measuring stick. Because Spurs are all over the place.
I think he's saying about McAllister. He can even do it with Jones. That's what he's saying.
No, I think Scraps is talking about Gravenberch.
Oh, really?
Clarify it, Scrap in the chat. But I think with yesterday's game, just specifically, like, Spurs are not a measuring stick for, like, the best partnership because Jamie is spot on. McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai is our best midfield 3, period. Like, if we have a final tomorrow, Newcastle, that's the midfield 3 we're going with the final. Oh, yeah. That's literally the 3 we're going to go for. So for me, listen, I'm complete agreement with Jamie here. That's the best midfield 3 we have. He's absolutely incredible to watch. I get what he means now. But against Everton, in order for Gravenberch to shine, you need McAllister. Like, I don't think Spurs is a measuring stick properly for it, because, like, you know, we play Wolves at home in the Premier League after Everton. If we go Gravenberch, Curtis Jones, I don't think we're going to feel it as much as we do against Everton. Like, in the big game, that's the midfield three right there. And the rotation has been really good from Slot. We mentioned this earlier on. He's been rotating really well. He's been resting players that need rest. So that's something that he deserves a lot of credit for. So, yeah, I really like where we're going with this midfield. I think all of them are coming into their own now. Like, they're all getting stronger, which is what Slot mentioned, and it's beautiful to watch, really.
Well, and also they've all played a year new. You know, last year they were all new. This is a year again, so they're getting to know each other more and more, which is always going to help as well. Right, let's talk about Virgil. Virgil van Dijk, man, I lose. So Jamie Carragher said after the game, I don't know if you heard Jamie Carragher's quotes after the game, but after the game he said that he believes Carragher is just the best ever in the Premier League. He says, like, he makes the game look too easy. No matter what level of attacker he comes against, you know, what level of striker he comes up against, he just makes it look easy. You know, Premier League, Champions League, international level. You know, it just looks comfortable to him. He's at a level where he don't think anyone else is at right now. And I was thinking about it when he said it, and I was like, he might be right, because even the best centre-back struggle occasionally here and there in the odd game, and it's only the odd game because they're at an elite level. And I'm looking at Virgil, I think, when does he really... He has had games where he struggled, but he does make the game look ridiculously easy, don't he? And he, again, at 33 years of age, doesn't play like a 33-year-old, still got legs, still got so much in the tank. Yeah, I lose words for him, Sam. I don't know about you. He's just, for me, he's the best. He's just the best.
It's just normalized now, like, this, for him to just be phenomenal. And with Virgil van Dijk, let's not forget, like, he hit puberty really late. Like, he's really been starting, like, to play, like, high-level football, like, a lot of games really late in his career. Like, he wasn't playing that many games at Groningen or Celtic, with all due respect, you know? So, obviously, he's been absolutely just phenomenal to watch, phenomenal to see. I think we need to tie him up to a contract quick. His contract is just as important as Salah's contract. And, like, even if Virgil is at 80% of what we're watching right now, he's still better than, like, 95% of the centre-backs in Europe right now. So, like, it's just replacing him is going to be absolutely incredibly difficult. Yesterday, it's just like, you know, I just laugh at people who say stuff like, oh, Virgil van Dijk wouldn't have survived 15 years ago. I think Virgil van Dijk is so good. He could have played in any era of football.
Yeah,
I think he could put Virgil van Dijk next to, like, Alan Hansen, and he would have cooked, like, in the 80s. Like, that's how good he was, you know, in the 70s. He's just absolutely phenomenal. And people just have this nostalgic approach, like, oh, Andy Johnson used to play for Fulham and Crystal Palace, and he scored a lot of goals. Yeah, like Virgil would struggle with Andy Johnson. Have a fucking day off.
Kevin Phillips and stuff. Niall Quinn, you know? Yeah,
like, come on, man. Like, people always exaggerate it. Like, Virgil would have a problem against Dion Dublin and shit. Like, sit on the floor, please. Like, please respect yourself.
That's the strikers back then that they say. Like, it's the Sol Campbell interview, ain't it, with Rio, where he said we came up against these strikers back in the day, and then would Virgil be able to do the same? And I was like, what? So your Dion Dublins, your Niall Quinns, your Kevin Phillips, your Jermaine Defoe's.
Oh, shiver me timber! Like, I'm so scared.
Come on, man. You tell, come on. I mean, what we doing?
Oh, in reverse now,
Peter Unlove. You know what?
Peter Odemwingie. Yeah. Anyway, thing is, right now as well, so what Sol Campbell and the people who do the nostalgia shit all the time fail to mention is Virgil van Dijk now might not have to come up against strikers as good as back in the day, but he's coming up against wingers that are 100% better than the wingers back in the day, for the, like, 99%. And the way that football is being played now, Virgil van Dijk is defending from halfway line. He's defending a whole half of football. Virgil van Dijk is no longer in a low block, mid block, like they used to do back in the day, where it's like, a player is just there, and the big striker would, like, the Duncan Ferguson would, like, chest it down and give it to, like, the more technical striker and stuff. This is no longer the case when it comes to, like, football now, because Virgil van Dijk is at halfway line. A center back is now expected to pass the ball and have a lot more about him, to be honest with you, like, so. Listen, Virgil is an all-timer. There's a reason why he was like one vote away from beating Messi to a Ballon d'Or. So there's a reason behind that.
Messi and Ronaldo, no other player in that generation came close to splitting them two.
Like he was gonna beat them both, like, and he actually did beat Ronaldo, but he didn't beat Messi by 1 vote, 2 votes, whatever. But he's just absolutely phenomenal. He's absolutely incredible, and I think he's widely regarded by his peers as well, because if you notice, even the years where Liverpool aren't doing really well, he still gets to, like, the FIFA Team of the Year and like he's just always there because of how incredible he is, and I think he deserves a lot of praise for our performances this season. And the thing is with Virgil, you know what separates great centre backs? I know Jamie will know exactly what I'm about to say. It's the fact that he looks phenomenal with Konate, and with Gomez, and with Kwanzaa, and with Lovren, and with Matip, and with everyone. Like, it's not like a partnership thing. You get what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, who's next to Virgil today? Like, he's just good anyway. Like, you could play him next to Endo. Big up to you. You could play him next to Endo, and he would still look good. Like, he just looked good next to everyone, bro. Like, that's why you have to give him so much praise for his phenomenal level.
He made people think Kwanzaa was this level. That's how good he is.
Astrid, what have you done?
That's how good he is. Like, most world-class centre-backs usually have their partner and they don't swap out, do they? Everyone says, like, Vidic and Ferdinand. Vidic weren't playing with Wes Brown a lot, was he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that level, was he? So I think that's where you got to remember, as a centre back, you really rely on your partner as well, because it's a relationship you have as a defender. You and your partner. That's why people talk about, like, I don't know, the Italian centre backs as before. Your Maldinis and Brazi's and all that. That the partnerships he's had. It weren't just them individually, and that's the thing with centre backs. So Virgil, he has one partner a week last season. Last season, he'd have Gomez for a week. He'd have Lovren for a week. He'd have a different partner every week. And he was still the standout. So I think that shows you the ability of the man that, it don't matter who he's with. But when he's actually got a proper partner in Konate next to him, then you see the difference in the whole team. The level of the team goes up a bit, because you're like, right, I've got Virgil's world class, and I've got Konate who's Virgil on world class, and you put them together, and it's almost unstoppable. So how do you get past that? So Virgil's just. I don't know what you got to do. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen these comments from Paul Joyce today. Let me just find this comment from Joyce. So Paul Joyce said today, Liverpool supporters will hope there was something significant in the sighting of Virgil van Dijk's representation sitting next to the club's director of football, Richard Hughes, in the front row of the director's box yesterday. So that I mean, obviously they're there. Like, Virgil's agents would be sitting next to Richard Hughes for no reason, obviously. So hopefully, because Virgil came out at the end of the game, didn't he?
Here we
go. He came out at the end of the game, Virgil, didn't he, and said, "There's nothing. If you've heard anything, it's all lies." He said, "Where is it?" Let me make sure I get the right quote so I don't misquote anything. Where is it? Virgil van Dijk, what the future brings, I have no idea. Whoever says they know something knows nothing at all. All lies. And then his agents were sitting next to Richard Hughes. But Sam, you'd think Liverpool's higher ups are clever enough to realise that.
I'm going to conspiracize. Let me give you my conspiracy first. Today, I'm the Jamie Phillips. I'm going to give you
I love it. Go on.
I think Virgil and Mo are staying, and they've signed already. And I think the only thing is, we just don't want to single out Trent. I tried to explain it to a rival fan yesterday, but they didn't get my logic. I'm saying the following. If you're in the club's position, you announce that Virgil and Mo have stayed. There now comes, yes, at the start, for the first 2 days, 3 days, everyone's going to go like, yay, Mo and Virgil are staying. And then a day later, everyone's going to go like, so guys, what's happening with Trent? And all of a sudden, he gets the Steve McManaman treatment, and he gets booed, you get me, and stuff like that's the last thing that we need in a title race. Is everywhere Trent is going, boo, that's the last thing we need. That's the last thing, because he already got booed against Man United for that horrendous performance and the whole contract situation. Like, I don't think some of the people at Anfield would have booed Trent had there not been a contract situation. You know, had it just been a stinker with no contract issues, it would have been like, whatever. But listen, Jamie said something that I agree with. We're the best club in the world at PR. We're just so good at PR. We have PR things. You know, you see journalists every day talking about how amazing Hughes and Edwards are, how incredible this summer is going to be, all that shit. We've seen it. Listen, the articles over the last week have been embarrassing. Big up to, there's only one journalist on The Athletic who ever called it out, so big up to him. But I really think Virgil and Mo will stay, to be honest with you. But you know, they're just not letting this whole Trent stuff get in the way, and that's honestly what I think. Like, I really think they're both staying, and they're sad. They're going like, shit, if we announce this and people go like, yo, Trent is not staying or Trent is leaving, that will apply nothing but negative energy towards Trent for the next 3 months, and we don't have time for that shit. We want to win a league.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson from last year, didn't they? I don't think they wanted to announce that Jurgen was leaving, but I think it was going to get leaked, because he told the club back in November, he told everyone in January. Very hard to keep in this day and age to keep anything secret in football, and extremely difficult. And I think they wanted to do a press release because it came out of nowhere. It was like bang, there was no it just came out of nowhere. So I think they felt like we need to do a press release real quick, just get this out there, because if it gets leaked, it's even worse. So and that's what they did. I will keep saying this about the contract situation, why I feel like Virgil and Mo will stay. Virgil and Mo are the two best players in the world in their position. I think we can all agree with that, yeah?
Yeah.
And they play for Liverpool Football Club, which is a privilege for us as fans. Right? They've got 4 months left in their deal. Why are we hearing no other team coming in for the two best players in the world in their position? Like, what? Like, if Virgil was being hunted by Real Madrid, we would hear about it by now. If Virgil was being hunted by Bayern Munich, we'd hear about it by now. If Virgil was being hunted by Inter Milan, we'd hear about it by now. We're not hearing anything. Because in my opinion, I feel like these teams are wanting them, but their agents are telling their agents, look, they're occupied with Liverpool at the moment. They don't want to go anywhere.
Yep. I agree.
If it doesn't work out, we'll let you know, and then you can sort that situation. But right now, their whole attention's on Liverpool, so it's wasted even chatting to them. The only one we know for certain that is talking to other people is Trent Alexander-Arnold, because the facts have been there. Real Madrid put a transfer offer for him in January. So
they would not put the transfer offer if Trent had no interest. Like, honestly.
Yeah, if Trent's people didn't go, oh yeah, he's willing. Because you only make a transfer offer when you talk to the player. To make sure he wants to come to your football club. You don't do it unless you're Liverpool. You do it to a certain player that you know you're not going to buy. That is the only time. So for me, for that reason, that's why I'm very confident of Mo and Virgil staying, because you're talking about Mo
because it makes no sense, Jamie, from our club's perspective. Think about it just purely. You're Liverpool right now. Jamie is Liverpool Football Club, the institution. You're looking at this objectively, okay? It's gonna cost me 100 times more to try to get a Mo Salah replacement and a Virgil replacement than it will ever get me giving them wages and just giving them a contract. It's going to cost significantly more, and I mean significantly more, to try to replace both of them than it is to give them a contract. So just give them a contract. Listen, I'll take my L if 3 years from now they're going to be crap. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. Listen, if they're going to be this elite, this incredible for the next 2 years, and in the third year they drop off a little bit, hey, so be it. It does not matter. Listen, these guys are absolutely incredible, fantastic servants to Liverpool Football Club. Played their primes at Liverpool, brought us the 2 trophies that we're celebrating so heavily. The truth of the matter is, listen, at the end of the day, I'll take the risk. I'm willing to take the risk, and the club should be willing to take the risk, because replacing them is significantly impossible considering who we are. We're not going to go get Vinicius. We're not going to get Rodrigo. We're not going to get Mbappe. We're not going to get any of these guys. We already know the players that we like: Kudus, Mbuemo, Semenyo. None of them are Mo Salah levels. We're not going to go get Saliba or Rudiger or Bastoni. We already know the players that we like in centre-back, Inacio and shit. None of them replace Virgil. Which is why we can't just fuck around, to be honest with you. We just can't. We need to be serious, give both of them a contract. They're both as important as each other, and they both must renew and stay at the club, because it'll be absolutely embarrassing if they both leave, to be honest with you. Even worse than Trent leaving. And there's no insult to Trent, but Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk just levels. They're just all-timers. Trent is an all-timer. Trent is levels as well. He's a world-class player. He's the best right-back in the world. There's no insult, but I just think it's easier to replace a right-back than it is to replace a forward.
And I think that's what people like Richard Hughes and that are looking at right now. I think logistically they're looking at it. We can't replace Virgil and Mo. Even if... I'm going to say it right now. Even the most financially well-off who can spend whatever they want would find it hard to replace 2 players of that caliber, because it's very who you go actually buy. You're not really going I don't care how wealthy you are. You're not going to buy Vinny Jr. You're not going to buy the players that probably would do the job. So what is the point of letting them go at this moment in time? With Trent Alexander-Arnold, because of his position on the pitch as a right back, you can really go and get me a defensive-minded right back. Or you got Conor Bradley there. I think Conor Bradley's a fantastic player. I think he's going to go on to have a very good career. He's just not Trent, and that's the issue. Trent's his own man. No, there's no one with the ball better than Trent in world football and a right.
Bradley couldn't do what Trent did against Newcastle, as an example.
No, but that doesn't. At the end of the day, still don't mean that he's not a very good footballer in his own right. He just does things a different way. So I think the club will look at it and feel like Trent is the one. If he's going to leave, that's replaceable. Virgil Mo's not replaceable. And I've always said this as well with Michael Edwards. I don't think Michael Edwards looks at an age as a factor. I think he looks at the physicality of a footballer. So when he actually wanted Jordan Henderson to move on, it wasn't about his age. It was about that he could see his legs were going and he wanted to freshen it up because of the way Jurgen Klopp played. Yep. Jurgen Klopp's football is so intense on the legs. You need freshening up in them areas. We signed James Milner when Michael Edwards was the sporting director when he's 29-30 on a free transfer and gave him 2 new contracts in that time. So I don't think it's about age. It's about what you can do for the team. Are you still able to do what you can for this manager? And if the answer is yes, then you get a new deal. Mo got a new deal at 29. It's not, and they put him on the biggest contract we've ever gave a footballer at our football club. So I don't think it's about the age. It's about if they can still do what they're doing to help the manager succeed at our football club. And with Virgil and Mo doesn't need to run like he used to anymore. He's got to that age in the game in his career. Messi, the greatest of all time, walks more than any other footballer I've ever seen play.
Exactly.
But when the moment's needed, he's the one who steps up. Because he's a moment. That's what world-class players are. They're about elite moments. Yeah, they're not about running and putting 90 minutes in and running 75 kilometers in one match. Just to be seen. They don't need to do that. They run 5 kilometers in one match and get you an hat-trick. That's what elite players now do. So I don't need Mo to run all day. Virgil van Dijk, he's still got the legs. If he wants to sprint, he'll sprint, but he doesn't need to.
And if we're playing this controlled football as well, we won't need them to sprint as much either.
Exactly. So sign them up. I don't see the issue of it. If Liverpool Football Club don't sign them up, I will legitimately pay for a plane.
Let's go.
I will, because I'm an older fan, And I'm really like Virgil and Mo for me are everything to this football club right now.
100%.
And I think letting them go
We
would
ain't
be
ready
the
to
most
see them go.
ridiculous thing you could do in football. What this club should do is give them 2 to 3 year contracts, and in that time, go and find players that are going to be the next Mo and Virgil. They might not be there yet. Like Mo and Virgil weren't the next Mo and Virgil when they came to Liverpool. They're that in a few years' time.
Oh yeah, you're right, 100%.
Go and get them. Go and get that caliber of player. Go and get me a right winger that is not going to be Mo's level for another 3 years. But in that 3 years, you keep
Semenyo, perfect example.
Yeah,
Go get
you bring him in. Yeah, you bring him in. You go and get me. I really rate.
£40 million. Give him like 20, 25 games a season. See how he does.
Yeah,
does he get
exactly.
10, 12, 13 goals, etc.? That's how you should look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Just go and get them. Go and do that business. I really rate the centre back at Bournemouth. Is it Hoyson?
Hoyson. We wanted him in the summer from.
I really rate him. I think he's going to be excellent. I think a lot of clubs are going to be looking at him in the future. Yeah. Sign Virgil up. Go and buy him.
Yeah, but this is where Liverpool have gone wrong. Okay,
that's what we should be doing from now.
When you have someone like Virgil, sign the next Virgil early. Have him in the team, have him train with Virgil, practice with Virgil, learn from Virgil. So when Virgil is ready to move on, you have your replacement ready. That's the fucking issue right now, Jamie. Like we just don't do either or. It's not like we're not the type of club to replace Virgil with another like quality of Virgil. And we're not the type of club to have a young Virgil and slowly get him there. We're not doing either right now. And that's the frustrating part.
And you are right. Virgil and Virgil did hit the ground running. But what I mean by it, looking on years later, they're world class. They weren't world class. Maybe Virgil, maybe, but
living the dream. What Jamie said is true. Yeah. At the time, guys, let's not change history. When we first signed Mo,
a lot of Liverpool fans didn't want Mo.
Yes, and when we first signed Mo, he was. I still remember the headlines. Liverpool signed Chelsea reject, and you could go back to the time when we signed Virgil van Dijk. He's just the Dutch Chris Smalling. You forget these things. Let's not all be disingenuous now, and we remember what was said. You're talking about what your feelings are on them now. We're not talking about them now. We're talking about at the time what we said. That's what we're talking about. And at the time, the Dutch Chris Smalling. I never forget all the United fans. Oh, you're paying 75 million for Virgil van Dijk.
It's a madness, and with Mo and Virgil as well. It's look. If they left, you have to buy world class to replace them.
Yep.
If they stay, you don't need to buy world class. You buy a level of play that you know can get to world class, like Mo and Virgil when we bought them.
Agreed.
That's what you can do, and also that just makes your squad better. Can you imagine how better Liverpool will be next season? Virgil and Mo stay. We go and buy an Isaac maybe because we let Darwin and Jota go, and we go and buy an Isaac, and then we go and buy a really good centre back and really good right winger that we know will go to a certain level in a few years' time. Our squad is already, our squad next season will be 10 times better than what it is now, and it's very good now. It's called squad building.
I agree with you.
Squad building.
I agree with you. If you go get the Hoyson kid, you get the Semenyo, you're good. Just let them play every now and then. Carabao Cup, Champions League, FA Cup, bring them on for the last 30 minutes of a game. Take Mo off, rest him. Take Virgil van Dijk off, rest him. Whatever it is, like you can always do that stuff. So, yeah. D23 is missing the point. You're missing the point completely.
What we're saying is, I agree. I was happy that we signed Mo. Sam was happy that we signed Mo.
Because we had no pace on the wings. We had Lallana on the wings the year before, so it was good to have some pace in there.
There was some Liverpool fans. I mean, I remember going on YouTube channels back then before I started doing content and watching YouTube channels back then and watching other news broadcasts and all that, saying like, and watching pundits actually saying, why Liverpool after Mo? Because Mane's playing right wing.
Remember what Mina Razuki said? Just another one Cuadrado. So that's the point, guys.
Yeah, it's like obviously now we look at Mo. He's the best right winger in world football, and he's been consistent for 7 years, and it worked out beautifully. That's what I mean by it, guys. You know, we always we love Mo, but he's gone on to do things that I don't look. Did we imagine Mo Salah being the best right winger in the world when we signed him?
No, we did not.
That's what we mean by it, guys.
Being the best centre back in the world.
Yeah, and now I'm saying Virgil's the greatest of Premier League era, and the man played at Celtic and Southampton before that. You know, we're not buying him from Real Madrid. So that's what I mean by it. They're world-class players in their position today, but I don't think even the biggest fans would have seen that coming. You know, the consistency of Mo is just ridiculous.
Yeah, no one saw this. No one. I don't even think Mo himself saw this coming.
Yeah, it's just it's just ridiculous levels, absolutely ridiculous levels. By the way, Liverpool wanted Salah since he was at Basel. Everyone forgets that as well, because we were going for him, but he went to Chelsea instead.
I think it's good we didn't sign him from the start. People don't understand this. I actually think it's a good.
He would have played under Brendan. So,
that would have been a disaster right there. I think he needed the Fiorentina loan and the Roma loan and going to play with Chelsea and realizing maybe he's not levels yet to go work on his craft, work on his game. And I think that actually did him, that actually did him really well. Like that actually helped him out, I think.
And Mo's just got better at his game. You know, he's lost a yard of pace. So he's like, you know what? I didn't need my pace to be a good footballer. That's what he's showing.
Yeah, he went back, worked on his playmaking, worked on his creativity, and he's absolutely
need a pace. You know, when you see some footballers, that they rely on their pace, don't they? And when that pace goes, they drop as a player.
Yep. Mo's not that guy.
Mo's pace has dropped a bit. He's not slow by any means. He can still run, but you know, his pace has dropped a bit.
He's slower than 7 years ago, of course. That just comes with age. But he worked on his craft. He's a better playmaker.
Yeah, he's developed his game. I love the guy. Mo's at an elite level, man. Mo and Virgil have to stay at this football club no matter what. And with Trent, if Trent wants to leave, Trent leaves. I wish him all the best, you know. But yeah, these two boys need to stay if we want to succeed again next season, guys, and this season.
I agree.
You know what I mean? But guys, we're going to leave it there. It's been a great show. I'm going on Judge Footy Mo's channel in half an hour's time. Should be a fun one. We'll take the piss out of Arsenal. So, so make sure you join us over there. What this is going to do when this ends, guys, this is going to redirect you over to Mo's show. So I'll be over there in about half hour's time. So get over there, guys. Hit the like button, get your drinks, and then sit back and for half hour and chill. So again, Sam, pleasure, man. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun, man. Big up to you guys as well. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing to Jamie's channel. This was a lot of fun, man. So yeah, it's just Jamie's coming on as well today. The Liverpool show. Let's go.
11 tonight. Yeah, 11 tonight. And I'm going to be calm like I am now.
Yes.
You know, but Sam don't wind me up mostly. That's the difference. Sam don't wind me up, so it's all good.
Oh, it's not me. It's K-Mac. No, I'm winding you up.
I get wound up. I don't know if people notice, but I do get wound up very easily. So yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
But it's all for the love of my football club. You know what I mean? So yeah, much love to everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah. So Mo show in half hour. You've been redirected to that, and 11 o'clock tonight, the Liverpool show on the Sam channel as well. It's going to be excellent. So you got a full day of Liverpool coverage, guys. So yeah, thank you once again for everyone coming. Do appreciate it. And before we leave, why not? Why not? It's meant to be. People did it as a piss take, but we've inherited now as our manager the slot dance to finish us off.
Harder. Get cake, snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the meaning of chivalry. Rap ruler, you can ask Buddha.